Everybody, thanks for clicking, tuning in to Daniel Palomo and my videos, the YouTube, my videos of YouTube. Thank you for tuning in on this kid's haircut, faux hawk, or just kind of a faux hawk where you take up the blend a little higher than normal than a regular haircut. It's a style where it's sort of spiked, or it could be matte. It could be a matte finish, or it could be a spiky jelly look. It's kind of how I left it at the end, especially with the spray. So this does include the spray. It's just a temporary hairspray for the day. But it seemed like these kids really loved it. The little boys, they love the hair color. I think it's just really cool. They really were. I put it on this kid, and then there was another kid in the shop. He saw it and he really wanted it. He was excited to get it. And now at the shop we only charge about $15 for kids. But it was actually a really good. I got a really good tip off this haircut. And I believe it was because of the blue spray. So little things like that. I mean, cheap little bottle, like maybe like $5, maybe $3. The owner had, and man, it created a heck of a return. So keep that in mind. But I used a 3, took it up to about just a little bit above the crown level. So if it looks a little high, it's because I wanted to take it that high. I got the number 1 guard. This is a guard cut. I usually do blades, all blades, but not this time. I just went ahead and just used the guards because kids, sometimes I'm not sure how they're gonna react to the machine and how comfortable they'll be. And on that note, another way, I guess, a way to get them comfortable is by talking to them. But I know as barbers, we get pretty tired. Long day, So that's why I went ahead and grabbed the cordless magic clips. Fairly nice machine. But yeah, it took it about midway. I didn't take it I guess regular fade style or high and tight. I took it about midway around his head and just cleaned up the side. And I think if you get really good with this number 1, or really any guard, you can kind of just blend it right up, and it just kind of just blends in to what you have it here. You can tell it looks like it's blended. I mean, obviously it's not. There's a line, but in the back you can tell it's just blended kind of easy in a way. I don't know if you get what I'm saying or see what I'm seeing or saying. I'm sorry if I'm sniffling or if I sound like I'm congested, because I am a little bit. I do have a cold. The weather dropped like crazy style over here. We live in the Midwest, so by Chicago, Hammond, Indiana, it's just we get everything. So sorry if I'm not that clear. I'll try to make the music, make sure. I know the last video I made, the music was kind of loud compared to my voice, so keep that in mind. Our viewers, I do have the 1.5 white guard. I do always keep my finger on this guard because it's a very loose guard. Comes off really easy. But I believe first I went ahead and had it open and then closed it and started to blend it in. And pretty much just blends right in. I really don't have any problems with the blend here. Fairly easy blend. The blends and the fades, they get kind of hard when it's bald. When it's bald. When it's a bald blend. Or like a tighter, trimmer, liner blend. That's when it gets pretty difficult. So I got the number 2 purple guard, and just taking that right up pretty much where I had the number 3 in the beginning. Now you may see there's hair on the other side, because there is. I only do half of it to save time. Excuse me, my God. To save time. In the battery too. Sometimes I don't know when the battery's going to go out, but for the most part lately it's been working pretty well. I got 2 batteries with this thing. Came with 2, and it does the job. It does what I need it to do. Gives a pretty clear I got my new Slimline Pros that I bought just recently the other day. Yesterday actually, I believe. And lining them up along the side here. I like these. I like these a lot because they're really versatile. They're really functionable for really just about any haircut. I use them all the time, even to bald sometimes. I don't recommend them using them all the time to bald because I believe it does wear out the clipper fairly fast. Here, my buddy Juan in the back, my barber neighbor, barber brother. Get him around the edges. Go ahead and give this guy points. The picos. The triangles, or whatever you want to call them. There's a lot of, like, you know, there's no exact way to do it. You know, barbering is actually a passion of mine. I fell upon during high school, and see if I can get this mic a little closer and sound a little clearer for you guys. But yeah, it's passion that just fell in my hands, literally. I just was intrigued. I was interested in how to fade hair and how to cut hair, and mainly it was the fade that got me interested. And I started cutting my cousin in my grandma's house, and next thing you know, I mean, cutting him all the time and fading him up, and just going to town. And just kept at it ever since, throughout the years, since my high school years. Sorry about my sniffles, they're just like attacking me right now. The worst time. So, for tapering out the back, I felt like the back should have been tapered. I felt like if I left the back squared, I mean, it would have been easy, you know, probably an easier route, but I felt like it would look nicer with the taper. And I didn't ask. They really didn't know how it works or what to do. Some people have no idea when it comes to haircuts and what to give their children. They kind of just tell you to do what you think is best. So you just do what you think is best. You know, don't freak out too much. Just go in there and be confident and stick with what you know and develop those skills. At the master's closed, you could tell. You could tell those guys just kept moving forward. Just a kid, you know, they don't really know. But even adults, sometimes they give you a hard time. They start moving around, and you know, they don't realize it. You know, they don't realize that we've been standing all day, and our feet are like killing us, and our backs are killing us. So do everything that you can to, you know, be in control of the haircut. Excuse me. And take care of your back. Make sure that just make sure that you give them a good haircut, but also that you take care of your back. I actually use a foam roller here at home. I use just about every other night, and get some kinks out of my back. Kind of want to go get a massage, to be honest, for my back, or maybe go see a chiropractor. That's something you would probably want to do, especially being on your feet all day. And just blended it up all the way to Masters Open, and came back with the #1 red guard. That's just the back of my back, and here we go. I could have wetted his hair, put it out the way, but lately I've just been grabbing the client's hair and just pushing it back with my hand. Lining up the front here. Not everybody gets this. Not everybody knows about the lining in the front. This is more of an urban ghetto type of thing. I guess you call it more modern. I mean, compared to the classic and traditional haircuts, they never really do this. They might clean it up, they might clean it up if it's really, really hairy. They'll blend it in and make it soft. But they won't give it a hard line. Each haircut and each technique has its place, depending on the client and the lifestyle, age. Kids are like the perfect opportunity to do these type of lineups. I mean, everybody really, but just because kids have so much hair, and the haircut just it just really pops. The lining is like it's like a huge thing, when it comes to these haircuts, especially when you get the more modern cut. It pays to have nice tools. It just makes your job easier, especially when the day is really long. I was thinking about, like, man, maybe I should wait to do this video tomorrow, but I was like, I'm just gonna do it tonight. Just gotta push it, gotta make it happen. That's what it takes, is consistency and repetitions. Gotta get your reps up. Got the full shaver and cleaning him up. It's amazing what that box can do in the front, the lining, squaring it out in the front, and cleaning it up like this. I mean, man, it just makes him look like a totally different person. Makes that client look really, really like brand new. You can always notice when someone has long hair and they get a haircut, and it's like, wow. But when they get a haircut and it's something like this, where it's lined up nice and crispy and fresh and just really on point, man, it's just you almost can't put a price on it, really. Clipper over comb action, getting this bulk out, blending it in. Didn't really need to do too much. His hair blended fairly easy. Got some Elegance gel, that's what I'm using. Highly recommend not dry shaving. It's just, you just irritate the skin, and you can cut them easy. Sorry if it's tried to edit this video as best as I can. I guess there was a little spot here that I kind of missed. Going real soft with the blade. You don't ever know if the kid's gonna move. Kids have very, very soft skin, so keep that in mind, especially when using this sharp blade. Looks like I'm holding it weird. It's because I am. Just trying to make sure I get some camera footage. And right here, I guess you could tell where this kid start falling asleep. So I asked him if he was tired, if he had a long day or whatever. Eventually, he just starts falling asleep. Happens often. Quite often. Getting those corners sharp, curve there. But yeah, he's falling asleep. Look at him. My buddy James in the back, it's our sweeper. High school guy that we got sweeping up. When you use the water, you don't have to like drown the client. Just a few squirts here and there, like you see me doing. And you just make sure you have control of the hair. Don't be all sloppy with it. It's part of the experience. people will remember the experience. So there, went ahead and cut it down short. Actually, I wanted to get some some of the scissor work, but I skipped right past it. Sorry about that, guys. But right here to the blue. My first time actually using this stuff. I guess he had got it used before on him. From another barber. From the guy. That's where I borrowed it from. Stuff is like really, really cold too. Sorry about my back. Yeah, he was really excited, you could tell. And like I said, they tipped very well. Don't underestimate these small things. And I'm not really huge on the Beijing or the Begin or the color paint, the paint for the face. I went and took 2 shots, and you'll see those right here at the end. But yeah, keep that in mind. This goes a long way. I went ahead and on my phone, yeah. Went ahead and took some footage for the. I actually didn't even get it. Didn't save. But yeah, keep that in mind, guys. That it goes a long way. The small things like this can make you a nice big return. You know, the lady gave me $15 extra, so I got paid double for this haircut. Think about that. That's pretty awesome. Gotta start advertising that. Big time. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, share.